New friends here tonight, a little bit bigger than we're normally used to, so nice to see you guys. Obviously, we're ecstatic. Great performance by our guys. We gave them a plan to go out and execute tonight, and they did it to a T. Nothing but respect for Greg, his staff, his players, his team. You can see what a quality team they are. I'm pretty certain, I haven't seen the stats yet, but I'm sure they outpossessed us and probably outshot us too during the course of the game. But the beauty of Cup soccer, anything can happen in one game. We're very, very happy with our group and how they executed what we asked them to do, and we look forward to marching on to the next round.
Were you surprised by the lineup Greg rolled out? It was pretty strong. I think there were maybe nine or so regular starters.
Not really, to be honest. It's Cincinnati against Columbus. People can build it down and say it's the first game, so how do you have a rivalry? Of course we have a rivalry. This is professional soccer. When you get to play against teams that are this close geographically, it's very, very important for the clubs that play. It's important for our fans. It's important for both of our cities. We don't need to make it any bigger than it is, but it's great to play derbies. And particularly playing somebody this close in the Cup is a very, very special moment. We're ecstatic for our group of players. We're ecstatic for our fans. We're ecstatic for our city. We obviously respect the crew a lot. And to be quite frank, it was awesome to see all the crew fans there tonight. It truly added to an awesome environment for a Cup game.
In the first half, it felt like Boehner and Koenig were creating 2v1s against Francis. I'm wondering if that's something you guys worked on.
Well, for the people that have been here and seen us, we adjusted our system for the game tonight. We know Matt gets forward a lot. We know Ty can get forward too, as he did during the game. But the way we played, we needed both our fullbacks to get forward. It's kind of ironic. I thought Matt was doing a good job of getting forward, and I think Ty did a great job of getting forward too. And then we took Matt off and put Justin on, and I believe he's the one that whipped in the cross. So we definitely utilized that space within the system that we played tonight.
It looked like you went for long spells with three at the back, and Columbus, to their credit, had some success breaking that down, but you were able to derail that at times. What was the key to kind of keeping them off balance with the shake-up in the system?
I think I might borrow some lines from Bruce Arena and say there's 11 players playing for us, 11 players playing for them. But you are right, obviously. We did play with three at the back tonight. I think we spoke to the guys before the game in terms of just making sure we're compact. It was absolutely vital that we're compact. However the game unfolded, the game is live. So their players, they got a lot of intelligent players, and they played some very, very good plays for them tonight, that their movement is fantastic. And our group had to manage that movement. And I think our group did a very, very good job of staying compact and trying to keep them out of dangerous areas as much as possible. I think at times we probably sagged, but our guys, to be quite frank, got fatigued. We're playing against a very, very good team. And Columbus obviously played all their big boys. So it was a tough challenge, and it would be impossible for us to think we could go out there and possess the ball and take it to them for the full 90 minutes. So we tried to possess as much as we could, and then we obviously had to manage the situations when we didn't have the ball tonight.
Your guys are no strangers to large crowds, but you mentioned that rivalry. Did you see a little extra fire in them tonight for this one? Were they up for it a little extra?
I think I saw a little extra fire in the crowd. It was awesome from both groups. I think there's nothing wrong in this sport with having some friendly banter between groups. Our players were motivated to play. You could see the crew players were motivated to play too. It was an important game for them. It's an important game for us. But our guys get themselves prepared to play no matter what. We're used to, thankfully, we're very, very lucky to have the fan base that we have in terms of going out and playing in front of big crowds. But I do think, and I'll give our fans credit tonight, we went 1-0 up. What minute was that? In 65th or, yeah. So play another 25 minutes and another 6 minutes of injury time. Our guys were fatigued and really had to dig deep and show their character. But I'll give our fans a lot of credit because they really, really picked it up. Once we scored, they obviously enjoyed that moment. And then we rode the wave together until the end.
Coach, you mentioned that you don't want to make this bigger than it really was, and obviously there's no hardware associated with tonight's victory. But exactly how big was this?
It's a big result for us as a club, obviously. It's a big result for us as a city. To play against an MLS team, there's USL teams that play against MLS teams in the Cup, and there are occasional upsets, just like there was tonight. But they don't happen very often. A lot of the time, the team that comes from the higher league normally will prevail. But it is a very special moment. Of course, I think we'd be amiss to say it's just another victory. It's a victory for our club. Our club has huge aspirations, and to challenge ourselves against a very, very good MLS team is a great challenge for us. And I'm very, very proud of our group, players, everybody involved who works for our club, the fans, and the city. It's something we can really enjoy. We can savor it. I think it's pretty safe to say it took a lot out of our group tonight. We've obviously got a quick turnaround to get ourselves ready for Saturday, just like Columbus do too. But we'll allow ourselves to enjoy it tonight, and we'll come back to work tomorrow and get ourselves ready for the next one.
What did you think of Danny and GB together for the first time?
I think Danny and GB were excellent together, but I think it was more than just the two of them. I think it was truly a team effort in terms of how we played. The game was very, very alive. If you play against players like Higuain, Merrim, their movement is fantastic. They're highly intelligent soccer players. So as much as we're happy with how GB and Danny played, I think collectively as a group we really managed some difficult situations in the game tonight very, very well. So yeah, I'm happy for GB that he scored, of course. It's awesome. That's what he does. He's excellent at it. I'm happy for Danny for a lot of the hard work he put in too. But not just the two of them. Our whole group really put in a great shift tonight. And we keep preaching to our group to make sure we work towards putting in a quality 90-minute performance. And we haven't quite got there so far this season until tonight. That was as close as we've got so far to an excellent 90-minute performance, and it'll give us something to build on as we move forward.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Higuain in particular seemed very frustrated because Cincinnati was so well organized. Defenders dragging out. I'm curious, is this a system you see you guys utilizing in games where you're not the underdog?
Just depends, really. Obviously, when we play at home, we normally have a lot more possession than we had tonight. So you've got to have your own game plan that works for your group of players, but you obviously have to be cognizant of how the opposition are going to play too. So we'll go reflect on this. There's a lot of positives out of the game tonight, and we'll take those positives and we'll use those in whatever system we put in place moving forward. But I think it's safe to say no game that you play is ever exactly identical. So we'll take the positives, and we'll go reflect on it and see how we're going to play moving forward. Mm-hmm.
Would you rank this highly? I know you're not big on superlatives. Would you rank this win? Where would you rank it in terms of your career as a manager?
It's not about me, to be honest. It's one game for us as a club. It's a huge result for us as a club. I think I've been fortunate to have some amazing playoff runs in the NCAA. I took a relatively unknown Canadian school to back-to-back NCAA Division II Final Fours, and those were amazing runs in front of far less fans than we played tonight. And then obviously the run that my Whitecaps 2 team took last year with such a young group was very, very special to go all the way to the conference final. But tonight's special. Tonight's about our club and our city. That's what it is. It's about everything we're trying to work towards. Really came together tonight. We had 30,000 fans. That's huge testament to our ticket sales department. That's awesome. It's huge testament to our operation crew for managing a game like they did tonight. And it's also testament to our players and everybody that's helped take care of them to get them where they are. So we're very, very happy, but it's certainly not the end. This is hopefully the start for the group that we have, and we can use it as a catalyst to move forward.
Coach,
Yeah.
pretty big couple weeks for you guys. You announced the European spot coming over. The other night you had the unveiling of the potential new stadium. And then tonight, what's just the feeling around the organization right now?
Well, this very second, it's unbelievable. But Pat knows me relatively well because he helps cover us here. But I don't get too high personally or too low with the lows, that type of deal. But I think from a club perspective, it's awesome. There's a lot of exciting things happening for our club. Talks about a stadium, hopefully getting the MLS. Playing a game like tonight is huge. Bringing in Valencia is huge. We also have a huge game on Saturday against Charleston. They're top of the table, and we know that's going to be a very big challenge for us as a group. So there is definitely a lot of activity happening right now, and it's fun to be part of it. If you win in the change room off the game, the guys are flying, which is great. So there is definitely a good feel-good factor. But now it's important for us to keep pushing on and move on from this.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
You and I have talked about fixture congestion, and with the draw tomorrow, I guess it's possible you might have to take this Open Cup thing on the road. You've been fairly spoiled in that regard so
Yeah.
far. How do you continue to manage this issue of fixture congestion going forward?
Yeah, I don't want to say we rested a couple players tonight. We certainly didn't do that. We had a couple players that were a little questionable, not quite 100%. We believe they'll be good to go for Saturday. So we will be able to rotate the group a little bit. And then we got some players today. They're obviously fatigued tonight, but we'll start working with them this evening to make sure they recover as quickly as possible, and we put a good group out again for Saturday. So we're lucky we have a good core group that we have a lot of confidence in, and we'll manage their workloads as much as we can. But there were quality players that didn't get on the field for us tonight that we can integrate either into the lineup or into the 18 for Saturday's game. But that's going to be part of having to manage it. I think we all know when you play so many games, it's impossible for your first choice players to play every single game. I think it would be somewhat foolish if we did that. So when players are kind of in that little red zone, more susceptible to injury, it's important. It's my job to make sure I manage the group and make intelligent decisions to take care of our players. And we'll do that. We won't think about it tonight, but when we show up tomorrow morning, we'll sit down with our medical staff and see where everybody's at that time. Cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So,
Did that ball seem like it hung up in the air for an extra long time? On the goal you scored, did it seem like it hung up in the air for a while?
no, I think it was a good cross from Justin, and I fight with the big defender. And after they see the ball in the area, so I just try to make it inside the goal, and it's go inside.
It looked like you might have been a little bit emotional.
Yeah, it's
After
not.
the goal.
I think it's normal when you see today how the city was, how the fans was today. When you see how they was happy, and all our group we make them happy like that. So of course you feel a lot of emotion. So today I'm very happy just because I see our city. They was very happy. So.
Thanks, Chief.
Yeah.
I only caught my breath, so thank you.
Tyler?
How's it feel?
That it?
How's it feel?
It was good. I mean, obviously with the fans coming out tonight with unbelievable attendance, getting a victory in front of that feels awesome. People staying after the game, trying to get autographs and whatnot. Feels great.
What does it mean to you to get a win against a team that's viewed as supposed to be being above you?
I mean, it's not like a big deal, but I mean, they were expected to win in a lot of eyes, and I think that goes to show what kind of team we are and what we're capable of. And I think that's just a testament to the team and what we have going on in the future.
How does it feel to get the clean sheet against a team that usually does find a way to score these goals?
Yeah, it feels good. I think Coach put together a great plan, and I think the whole team kind of stuck together and went with it. And, Mitch is super happy, which makes everybody super happy. But, yeah, it feels awesome because, they're very offensive, and they have great players up top with Miriam and Higuain. And if you can stop them from scoring, it's a testament to your team.
What are you trying to say about Mitch?
What?
What are you trying to say about Mitch? No, as someone that was tracking back and forth, what do you think was the key to kind of breaking up their press?
Yeah, I think Alan kind of touched on it, just staying compact. I mean, it's a big field. We obviously widened it, and they're good players, and they can get behind. And I think with the three in the back and then Boehner and me kind of tracking back, I think it was important to stay compact and make them play kind of long balls into the box where we have big guys bigger than them, and we executed it perfectly.
Did you enjoy yourself tonight?
Besides all the running.
With the ball at your feet, it looked like you threw in some dinks maybe we hadn't seen for you before.
Yeah, it felt pretty
You
good.
went a little bit more freely.
Yeah, just because, Coach gave me a little bit more free position with kind of the wing back. So, yeah, I felt more confident. And, other guys were showing up to give me options. So I just kind of thrown a couple this and that in there. It felt good.
How do you feel physically?
Right now, pretty tired. Obviously, we're going to go talk to the trainer and try to get recouped as quickly as possible with the game on Saturday and training tomorrow.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, guys.